What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Not Today. I'm Jen Sturger.
Hey, it's Eddie Pence. Yeah.
Another week.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Did you just get off the Jericho cruise? What's that about?
I have my old. I brought it back from home. I've had it for a little while. It's in my closet. It's my old jean jacket from when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
And I have Alistair Fiend, Motley Crue's mascot, airbrushed on the back of it.
Wow.
And it's a little small because I was 13 when I wore it.
Wait, how big of a child were you? Were you like Colton? Were you a big kid?
I was a big kid. I was not as tall as him, but I was a big kid. But it still fits me, but it's tight. But if I cut the sleeves off and made it a jean vest,
Eddie, pause.
It would work.
Eddie fucking pause.
So
no.
I think I'm gonna do that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Some trends you just
think I'm gonna
mark
do jean vest with Alistair Fiend airbrushed on the back.
No, guys.
Fuck yeah.
I need men to stop supporting each other and making terrible fashion choices.
Mark knows.
No. Those are just chances you don't take.
I think so. I think we bring it back. Somebody's got to be the bloody one through the wall to bring the style back of jean vests. Cut off sleeve jean jackets.
No.
Yeah,
I think that's one of those.
so.
There's certain trends I think just need to be left in the past. Women constantly go through this.
Yeah.
I feel like men are having this moment right now with the Kendrick Lamar flare jeans.
Sure.
Which
boot cut. They're called boot cut,
they're
right?
They're called boot cut.
Right, I used to wear boot cut all the time.
Everybody's saying he wore bell bottoms. I'm like, no.
No, they're not.
Bell bottoms
not
are distinctly different.
Yeah. There's a big because you can barely see the shoe with the bell bottom.
You really can't see the shoe.
A good bell bottom, you can't see the shoe.
Yeah.
Right. But his were just boot cut, like a flare, like a boot cut.
I don't know, man.
I used to wear those all the time. That's what I had.
But what we're talking like? We're talking like 2008?
Probably, yeah. Like I would say like 2020 to like, or 2000 like 2010.
Yeah.
That was
the boot cut era.
Right. And then, but like around 2008, 2009, that's when they started sleeping in the skinny jeans. And I was like very anti-skinny.
Did you ever go to skinny jeans?
No, I was anti-skinny jeans.
You just went back to straight?
I was like, okay, if everyone's doing skinny, I can't do boot cut.
You did slim,
I did slim straight.
Slim straight.
Slim straight. Not skinny, slim straight.
Yeah.
And that's what I have today.
Because I don't feel like...
Slim straight.
Slim straight. I don't feel like you can pull off the skinny.
Oh, dude, I tried one pair on just to see.
were your balls up to your belly?
So fucking uncomfortable. Anyone with an average size package, I don't know how you wear skinny jeans. I could see if you're small down there and like you could wear them. But
is this you?
This is me being dense pelvis. This is
dense pelvis.
I'm a very dense pelvis. It's a callback to our old show. But if you have just a remotely average package, I don't know how you wear skinny jeans. I really don't.
I've just always found it fascinating that men have never had these moments where like stuff really goes out of style. I don't feel like you guys have it nearly as often as women do.
I have most of my clothes I've had for over 10 years.
I know. I've seen all of them. Like, I'm like, it's the uniform.
Right. Yeah. It's my CM Punk hoodie from 2000 when he was in the WWE the first time.
It was the pipe bomb.
Yeah,
right?
This was pipe bomb. This was 2000, circa 2011.
I'm shocked that the lettering on it's still holding up.
Yeah, so am I. It's a nice, thin, comfortable hoodie.
I love that you're like, shop the WWE shop, everybody. You're like, this is really well made. This is really well
It's really well made, and I love it. And I've had it since 2011.
Jesus, it shows.
Thank you.
But yeah,
I
feel like men are just like, you guys get like timeless things.
Pretty much.
So you never have to do the fast fashion shit that women are constantly.
No. Like if you saw me walking down the street, you'd be like, what the fuck is he wearing? You'd be like, it's just a dude dressed like a dude.
Yeah, I don't think you're a time traveler.
No.
Like women, we can be dated.
Yeah, in 6 months.
We can be dated. People like see us walking down the street and they'll be like, why is she wearing that from 2016?
Yeah, like low cut jeans. Now it's mom cut jeans.
I prefer I never liked the mom cut jeans.
Yeah.
I was like, these are crazy. And then I finally wore them and I was like,
I see what the craze is.
I get it.
Well, see, in high school and
maybe
in
it's
college,
because I'm having a mom bod now, but
Yeah.
whatever. A Pixar mom bod.
Pixar mom, the huge hit. But like when I was in high school and college, everything was mom jeans. Like all the girls I was in school with, everyone wore mom jeans up until like...
But those weren't called mom jeans.
No, they were just jeans.
They were jeans.
And then in like the early 2000s, everybody got like the Lita fashion from WWE came in where everybody could see the thong.
Dude.
And everybody had the low cut pants.
The number of times I got sent home from school.
I can imagine. Your underwear's showing.
Yeah.
But then that
Or
went the
from
whole.
working at Abercrombie and Fitch. I was like, I paid good money for this underwear.
Yeah,
You need to
I
see
want
it.
people to see my undies.
Yes.
But like it went super low, and then it kind of came back to like a mid thing,
A mid-rise.
a mid-rise, and that's where it was for the last decade. And then these mom jeans came into play.
And then all of a sudden, they're back up
Right.
underneath our boobs.
But that's if you guys even wear jeans. Everyone wears yoga pants. Women wear yoga pants constantly.
I'm not the only one.
No.
I thought this was like a sensory thing for me. Because
No,
I'm
true.
like, I thought about it the other day. Someone was like, I've never seen you wear actual pants. And I was like, why would I? I don't have a normal job.
Yeah.
I don't have a normal job. So why would I bother putting on pants I have to fasten? It's not comfortable.
I find jeans very comfortable. I wear jeans all the time.
Weird question.
Yeah.
This might be too deep for our friendship.
Okay.
Do you wear underwear with your jeans?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
I don't free ball.
Never.
Never have.
Have you never free
Never
balled?
free ball.
Mark, have you ever free balled?
It was a long time ago.
Was it on purpose, or were you just like, I'm gonna see how this I'm gonna see how this feels for the day, and then you're like, nope? Or was it like you?
No,
didn't do
I
laundry?
enjoyed it. I liked it, and then it was just kind of one of those things where my wife was like, "No,
No.
no
I've
more."
Really?
never had the desire to free ball. I've always wanted that one layer of protection between my anus and my pants. I want the comfort to knowing there's some sort of protection layer between.
No, no, it's not a sex thing at all.
No,
not
it's a hygienic thing.
Hope Eddie doesn't poop himself.
Well, I'm 50.
Is that happening?
A fart can be a turd at a moment's notice. At a moment's notice. Yes.
This one brought back
Oh my
up.
God. You did not get a +1.
You accidentally follow through.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Well, this is not a +1 party, man.
But yeah, when I saw the Super Bowl, we didn't get to it last week, but when I saw the Super Bowl halftime show playback, because
Yeah.
I was at Disney, I was just like, oh wow. Everybody was like, the jeans, the jeans, the jeans. He wore bell bottoms, and I was like, those aren't bell bottoms.
I noticed them, but I was like, oh, he's brought that back because I hadn't
Yeah.
seen those in forever. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Every girl instantly was like, do I still have my boot cut flares? Because I've never seen men's flares that long. I feel like men used to keep their flares a little tighter at the bottom than
Yeah,
women did.
his were like accentuated.
Yeah,
boot cut.
his were long. Like they were like the kind where, I saw something where they're like, yeah, they just soak up all the conservative tears.
There were so many.
Problem.
There were
that
so
was
many.
the problem with women's flare jeans back in the day. Is
Yeah.
they were too long.
Yeah.
So you were constantly dragging that shit and destroying the bottom of them.
Yeah.
Unless you got them tailored, but no one wore them tailored.
Well, I destroy the bottom of mine. Look at that gets destroyed all the time.
How is that possible, Eddie?
You know,
they're not even that long.
No, it's because when I take my shoes off with my other shoe, I push my shoe off with my heel.
And you rip the back of your pants.
Over the course of time, it'll catch and eventually it does it on both of them. Both are like that.
Eddie,
See?
you gotta buy new pants.
Look at that.
Eddie, you gotta buy
All
new
my
pants.
jeans are like that.
You gotta buy new pants. Those-
If I ever go missing and they find a pair of jeans in the woods and they look like that on the cuffs,
You're
you
dead.
go, oh my God, those are Eddie's. He's missing. He's pantsless. We have to find him.
But that's no.
It's from taking my shoes off with my other foot. I just pressed my other foot on the back of my heel and popped my shoe off. And
No.
that's how it happened.
Because that's not even like destroyed
It's
denim.
just pure laziness.
That's not destroyed denim. Like that's not strategically ripped stuff.
No.
That's just
It's not like a cut on the knee where you have like a hole in the knee or in the thigh.
no.
Yeah.
Have you seen those jeans that like they look like they have a urine stain on them?
Yes.
And like they're
And like
they're designer.
$300.
They're $800.
$800.
They're
Jesus.
they're designer.
I'll do that
jeans.
for free. I do it for free every day. At my age, it's like you can't shake it enough.
Have you ever done that on like and been walked out on stage and didn't realize?
Yeah. I did it the last time we were doing my other podcast, The Ralph Report. We did a live show. I think it was back in it was like almost a year ago now.
Not in front of Ralph. Not in front of
The whole
The
audience
Garmy.
at Flappers, sold out at Flappers. And I get up on stage and
you had not flapped enough.
I did not flap at all. I should have flapped way more. I went to the bathroom, I peed, I flapped, put my pants back on. They're getting ready to announce me because Ralph goes out, does his spiel, and then they announce me. I come out, right? And I come out and I'm standing back getting ready to go out, and I look down, I'm like, I got like a fucking dot, like the size of a quarter
No.
on my crotch. I'm like, fuck. So I just start going like this. I just start rubbing.
Oh,
as
that
fast.
makes it so much worse.
No, the heat dries it. So I'm just like sitting there trying to cause
But now
as much
you've got an
friction as I
erection.
can. And now I'm fucking rock hard. But I'm trying to dry it, and I go up on stage, and I was so self-conscious people were gonna see it. I just told everybed.
You just blurted it out when you
because
went on
I wanted to
stage?
get ahead of it. I had to get ahead of the news cycle. So I had to go up there like I peed on myself, and I was trying to dry it. I had to.
You're like, I'm gonna take away this ammo before Ralph torpedoes me with it.
Yeah. And that's just pee on the outside. Can you imagine if I didn't wear underwear? The nightmare that would be.
That went through layers of clothing.
Nightmare.
Eddie, that's
Nightmare.
nothing was that important that you couldn't give it a couple extra.
I shook it, but it's still.
You can use a hand dryer. Have you ever used a hand dryer?
I've used the dryer in the bathroom. I've
I
hit the
love
button.
that you just looked up into space.
Yeah,
like,
I have.
yeah,
That's happened.
that's happened.
That was with dress pants at a wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did another dude walk into the bathroom while you were doing it?
No,
or was it a
thank
single
God.
stall? It was like a single stall situation.
It was it was like you could lock the door.
Okay.
And I locked the door and fucking dry humped the fucking hand warmer. Because jeans, you can kind of cover it, and if you just rub it a little
Not
bit,
dress
it'll
pants,
dry.
dude.
Dress pants, you're fucked. Like a light gray dress pant, you're fucked.
And everyone knows.
And everyone knows. So
Everyone's like, you're like, oh, I spilled some
You
water in my
spilled
lap. And they're
water.
like, sure, buddy.
awful.
Fucking sure.
Awful.
Oh. Well.
I used to have that problem when I was a kid. When
What?
if I laughed really hard, I would piss my pants. Up until I was in like 4th grade.
Really?
If I was messing around with my friends in school and we did something where I was laughing so hard.
Did your friends know this was a party trick of yours?
No, they didn't know. Well, they probably knew.
Because I'm thinking, like, would they do shit on purpose to make you pee yourself?
No. It was I would do it, and I would always wear I would always take like a hoodie to school, a zip up hoodie.
Yeah.
In case I did pee myself, I would just tie it around my waist to cover up where I peed.
Your outfits make a lot more sense
Yeah,
to me now.
see, this serves more than one purpose.
It's PM punk.
It's my pee disguise. But yeah, I would
Your pee cape.
my pee cape in case I would laugh so hard I would just lose control
You're
and
like,
I would piss
I must
myself.
go.
I would just
I need a new pair of pants. Fling your cape over your
I'm off.
My planet.
But yeah, it
needs
was
me.
like a fucking nightmare.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's why I tied it around my waist to cover it up. But now I guess it's in fashion for $800, so you just pee your pants.
Men's fashion will never make sense to me. As much as I think I'm like, oh, I can dress a dude.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Like, even though your outfits are pretty straightforward, I'm
Yeah.
like, I still don't have like a great eye for
Not
it.
a lot of thought
No,
into what I'm doing.
I tried, but I was also like, I don't know. I've tried dressing men that I used to be married to or date or whatever.
Yeah.
And it never would. Does Tracy ever try to dress you?
No. We stopped that a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah.
She's just given up.
She's like, she likes certain things that I have. And she's like, oh, like you should wear that. That looks nice.
Oh, so she just encourages you when you do something well.
Because she knows, because I'm such a, like, the moment someone wants me to do something, my natural state is to go, no, I'm not doing that. That's just my natural state.
Cool.
Anytime I'm told to do something, my immediate response is, no, I'm not going to do that.
Demand avoidance.
Yes.
Fun.
That's why I never joined a fraternity.
Oh.
Because the moment they tried to haze me, like, fuck you guys, I'm out. Like, I'm not a group joiner. I'm not good with authority.
Same.
I hate authority. So like in moments I'm told to do something, my immediate reaction is like, nope, not
You're
doing
like,
that.
okay.
So I think Tracy realized that a long time
Well,
ago.
Eddie, definitely don't cut any clips of this podcast to post on Instagram.
Fuck
Don't
you,
do
I'm
it,
gonna
Eddie.
post them.
Don't. You're like, okay.
All right, I'll get you now.
Man, I've been like, just trying. There's been so much going on that I've just been trying to, like, make notes of it so that I can
Yeah.
make sure we talk about it.
Yeah.
I got this like weird thing. Well, there's a couple of things that I saw on the internet, like for Reddit,
Yeah.
that made me pause and made me wonder, like, oh, is this why my marriage fell apart? I found one, and it was like, this lady said she can't give her husband the sex he needs. And she talks about it like they had a kid. Like,
Okay.
there's breastfeeding, there's like still lots of stuff.
Are they just with a newborn and they can't have sex? Or she doesn't want to have sex? Because that's typical.
It's more just like,
That's not that abnormal.
it's more just I was listening to I was reading this woman's story, and she was talking about like how they don't have family support around her. They have a new kid, and like she's beating herself up that they can only have sex like twice a month. And I was just like, How often when you're married do you have sex?
I don't know.
You don't know? You're married.
But it varies. Like sometimes you go long spells without it.
Really?
Yeah, and then you're like, no, wait. Now you have to like sort of go. All right, now you got to be cognizant of it and go. All right, we have to try to have sex. We have to make appointment sex.
You make appointment sex.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, I've heard that that's called like maintenance sex.
Yeah, because you'll get into a rut or a routine where, especially if you have a kid and you kind of like, okay, and by the time you get in bed, you're just like, fucking exhausted. You don't like, the last thing I want to do is have sex.
Yeah, and sorry, Colton, if you're listening to this episode.
Sorry.
I hate to break it to you. Your parents have had it at least once.
Yeah, that's why you're here. That's why you're here.
At least once. It only happened once, Colton, I swear.
It's he's probably turned it off by this point.
He was like, going back to my Legos.
But it was just you get tired. You're just tired. It's just not a priority, especially when you have a newborn and you're like, especially I know from being around Tracy when you feel like you don't feel like it. You don't feel like you want to be touched or looked at.
Prior to having a kid, though, like I still feel like people go through this that don't have kids.
I think once you live together and you've been in a long established relationship, yeah, you do get into that routine, that doldrum of just like, it's not like it was when you first got together.
Where you're like, I need this.
Yes. Well, you just want constant touch and contact. You grow out of that.
Yeah.
No matter who you're with.
I was just, my
friend told me this a long time. He's like, show me the hottest woman in the world and I'll show you a guy tired of fucking her.
Oh, yeah. That's the Halle Berry, David Justice.
That's what it is.
David Justice conundrum.
That's what happened. It's like no matter how attracted you are to that person, at some point that becomes regular, and regular becomes boring, and boring is like, I don't want to do it right now.
That is so wrong, though. That like you could be with the most beautiful woman in the world, and like at some point you're just like,
what's your favorite meal? You have it every night. You like, eventually like, fuck, I'm okay.
Nope, I will never turn down steak.
17 days in a row, you might go, okay, well, I'll just skip this meal.
I'm on day 3 of steak right now, Eddie. I'll tell you, not tired of it. Not tired of it.
Right. I like steak too, but
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I may stop digesting food at some point. She's eating a lot of red meat. Her cholesterol's insane right now.
So maintenance. You read something about maintenance sex, which is basically appointment sex.
Yeah, where this therapist is like, you have to make it a point. It's like exercise. Connect with somebody.
Like you have to like
going to the gym.
It's a routine you have to get into.
But I've had people that I've been in relationships with that are like, ew. Like I would try to do that and they would be like, there's no spontaneity in it. They'd be like, you have to seduce me or this. And I'm like, buddy.
You're lucky.
I'm communicating that I'm interested.
Take it.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm just taking the temperature of the room.
Right.
And this doesn't need to be a full production of Moulin Rouge.
You can't do that every time. You'd be exhausted. No one wants that. Sometimes you just want to do it. Not just get it over with, but just like, let's just do it. And that's it. It doesn't have to be everything else.
I don't feel like anybody's walked away from maintenance sex and been like, once you start it, you're just like, yeah, that wasn't a bad idea.
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did that.
I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's like we both agree upon it, but yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't cinematic the way it started.
No.
It was just, okay, let's both undress ourselves.
Yeah, we just got it. Yeah, we just got into it.
Yeah, you're not undressing the other person. You're just taking your clothes off and they're taking their clothes off and then you do it. It's just like, and no one's gone, well, that was stupid.
That's how most porn is. Like, let's jump straight into the action.
Exactly. Let's cut to it. Lick it and stick it. Let's go.
You make it sound like it's a post office.
It's a stamp.
It's a puss office.
It's a puss office. United States puss office.
We're so stupid. We are so
the U.S.
stupid.
puss.
We are so stupid. Some guy came in and shut off the place.
My God. What happened to that thing? Disgruntled puss worker.
I can't breathe. We're so stupid. This is what happens when Eddie and I write, is sometimes we'll just get on a roll and it doesn't stop.
And no one types. And it's like, it's gone.
And then
forever.
Exactly. And then we're like, well,
That was funny in the moment.
Funny and insane, and we'll never be able to recreate it ever again.
But yeah, maintenance sex. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why people would have a problem with maintenance sex. Everything can't be spontaneous and passion filled.
That same person was like, it's very clinical.
Yeah,
and it's like, buddy,
sometimes it is.
That's what it happens when you.
Sometimes
are
you get
busy
dressed
people.
up and you go out to dinner for a nice meal. Other times you go through the drive-thru and throw a cheeseburger in your face. Right? It's the same thing. Sometimes it's like an ordeal. It's a big production. You make a reservation.
The guy
you get
working
dressed
the drive-thru just wants his butt licked.
Right. Some guy just wants his finger in the ass and his nipples pinched. We don't need the whole fucking how do you do. Just type it in the app and go to the drive-thru.
Yeah, you still get the Happy Meal. There's a toy.
You still get the toy at the end. It's the same fucking toy.
I feel like that's an important thing. Because I'm all for maintenance stuff as long as there's communication about it.
Yeah. As long as both parties are okay with it. I mean, if one person feels like they're not getting what they need, then you have to sort of go, okay, what do you need? Let me try to. But you also have to meet me halfway and go, well, I can't always be there to do what you need. So sometimes you have to do what I need.
Yeah.
That's a relationship.
Oh, is this a safe space?
Usually.
Can you and Mark? So one time, how would you handle this?
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm not with this individual or anything. But there was this one guy I dated, and he was older.
Yeah.
And sometimes stuff does not work the same.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Stuff doesn't work the same.
Right.
And sometimes
for you or him.
Him.
Okay.
Mine still works.
Okay.
Thank God. Thank God. But there will come a day.
Right.
There will come a day.
Yeah. Sometimes.
You know.
Sometimes you could pull that crank cord several times before it fucking starts.
But I was told that I was doing something wrong when in reality it was just nature. Do you know what I mean? But they needed something to blame it on, and so in the moment,
I would never blame it on the partner.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
And they wondered why I shut down and was like, "Well, I don't want to do this.
That's fucked
anymore."
I would never blame it on the partner.
Yeah,
and I've had problems,
but
because I've been on antidepressants, and you've been in certain states of mind where you can't function, you can't operate. I've never gone, well, you're not doing enough for me.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
And I was just like,
that's fucked.
And that was the problem. Mark, have you? I mean, too personal. I'm
sure.
Never.
Mark's like, mine works just fine.
My checklist is: are you naked? Okay, that's all you had to do. That's the checklist for sex.
Are you awake and
naked?
Are
you awake? Are you compliant? And are you naked? Those three things.
Do you consent?
Do you consent? That's all.
These are
you
the
need.
Apple terms and conditions.
Everything else is on me at that point.
Okay.
If
makes
you
feel
checked
better.
off those three boxes of being awake, naked, and compliant,
that makes me feel better because I was like, this feels like the wrong time to make this somebody else's.
Now, I'm just saying, okay, sometimes you want your partner to do certain things, and maybe they're not into that.
No,
or
this wasn't that
feel
type of
like it
situation.
at the time.
This wasn't that type of situation.
But no, if it's just a situation where that person can't perform and they're blaming you, that's fucked.
It's so funny because I found out through conversating with other individuals that this person had been with that they had also encountered the same problem. And I was like, oh, when multiple people have this problem with you,
there's a common denominator.
The common denominator is not.
It's not the other person.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the woman.
It's not the woman.
So yeah, I don't know. I read this and I was just like, it brought up the fact that I was like, I feel like maintenance sex is great. It should be fine.
It should be absolutely part of a relationship.
It makes me feel better that I'm like, I feel like there's a lot on women to be like, let me seduce somebody. Like, do you feel like men should initiate or women should initiate or both?
I think it should be both.
Yeah.
At different times, depending on who is feeling like it and trying to convince the other person, do you want to? Because it rarely is it both people like have the same idea, let's do this. Mostly it's one person's idea and like, well, what do you think? And the other person's like, okay. And then they're into it. Right? But it's not like both people are like, we should do this.
I don't know about that.
Every time? Not every time.
Not every time.
That's what I'm saying.
But a lot of times.
If you've been in a relationship for so long.
Yeah.
Like years. And you're like, one person usually goes, you want to? And the other person wasn't even thinking about it. It's like, okay.
It's kind of like when you bring up, want to get this for dinner?
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
That sounds good. Yeah, I'll do that. I like Korean. Or whatever. I like Thai. I'm just saying, like, I think it's on both partners to initiate and also have maintenance sex and do all that. I think that's all part of a healthy relationship.
Oh, it's so fun. And the other thing that I found fascinating was in the same like kind of category on Reddit, 'cause I just find it fascinating reading all these people's like, business. This one person asked if they were the asshole for being loud when their roommate has sex. So they were like, I live in a student house with 3 other people.
Yeah.
And basically this guy's been bringing his girlfriend back to their place every single day.
Wow.
Every single day.
Okay.
And they have sex so loud that he's like going downstairs has become a nightmare because we have to listen to the 2 of them. Like the other roommates have to listen to the couple hook up every single day.
Yeah, that's too much. And so he's trying to be loud too.
So the roommates are like, well, let's retaliate and like we can just drown them out with sound.
So they're just trying to drown out the sound.
Yeah, they just don't want to hear.
Right.
You know what I mean? And apparently like she's very talkative.
Loud. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
she's very talkative.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
So they're just trying to drown that out.
Right.
So they like put on the television super loud or they put music on
That's
super
nothing
loud.
wrong with that. That's not being an asshole.
And look, they went to the roommate first and they asked them, they're like, will you play music or put the TV on in the background?
Ball
and
gag,
he said
something.
He likes hearing his girlfriend while they're doing it. So he will not be doing that.
Then get a room somewhere. Go to her place.
Oh, they're
You're
like,
going to be that loud.
I
all
don't
the
care
time.
about them having sex. I just don't want to hear the bed banging, the moaning, and the conversation that happens.
Ew.
They're like, am I the asshole?
No,
I don't feel like you
You're
are.
not the asshole.
When you are
They're the asshole.
when you're cohabitating with somebody, like there just needs to be some general operating rules.
Yes. Some boundaries. Some understood rules.
Did you ever have roommates and stuff?
College.
Yeah. That was never an issue.
No, not really.
They weren't like disrespectful about it.
No one was that loud.
Yeah. Who was like,
No one's having fucking porn star sex every night. Like every once in a while you might hear something, but it was not like every night. It's like, oh, fuck again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Seems like a strange situation. Seems like they're trying to overcompensate for something.
Yeah.
In the relationship.
He's like, I'm definitely not gay in here, guys.
So not gay. Would a gay guy fuck like this?
But that is weird. When you're just like, when you have no regard for the other people that you share. Like, what happened to the old sock on the door?
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
When you're like, hey, just letting you know.
Right. Or get the roommates earmuffs or something. Just some earplugs or something.
Yeah.
But let's say I would be embarrassed if people kept hearing me do it all the time.
Besides, there's something. I just thought of this funny. I had a roommate one time and I was trying to be respectful to her. So I would put the television on.
Yeah.
And I'd put on something that I knew I wasn't going to pay attention to or watch.
Right.
And that was Sex and the City. Because I was like, I've seen all of these.
Right.
If it's on in the background, I'm not going to get distracted by it because I know how I can practically recite this entire show from memory. But what was crazy is after a while, the dude that I was seeing would get so excited just hearing the dun 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 dun.
Oh, you
dun.
trained him. You fucking Pavlov dogged him.
I did.
Wow.
So,
So anytime he hears that, he's got a bone. That's crazy.
I bet that still happens to him every single time.
I'm sure that it floods back into his mind.
His wife probably is like his because he's sure he's married now. His wife is probably like, why do you get so hard with them?
Why'd you play the Sex and the City theme song on Alexa all the time? It's so weird.
He gets a boner every time he hears it.
You must really love Kim Cattrall. I mean, Mannequin was hot. Sure.
Mannequin was a great movie. Mannequin was.
I love Mannequin.
That was one of those just perfect
Nothing's
movies.
Gonna stop us now.
That was just one of those perfect movies.
It's a great movie.
You sent me an article though about
things
we shouldn't be doing with our cell phones.
Yeah,
which is crazy because I feel like everybody takes their cell phone with them to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember a time when we didn't have. Sometimes when my phone will die and I'll have it charging and I'll have to go to the bathroom. Like I'll be in the bathroom like, well, this feels weird.
Oh, really?
I don't have anything to look at.
What did we do in the bathroom?
Well, we had magazines and books before, but like
that sounds even grosser.
Yeah,
that we had paper
because that's communal. That's just being passed around. At least your phone is yours.
Yeah.
But they gave 6 reasons in this article about why we shouldn't be watching.
How many of them? Because you get poop particles on your phone. What does it say? Just use the microphone for the love of God. That's what you have it for.
We don't hide anything. After this, we'll do there's the 6 things you shouldn't do with your phone. Why you shouldn't take your phone in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
One is obviously the germs.
Yes.
Because apparently the smartphone has 10 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. Like your phone right now has more bacteria on it than a toilet seat does.
Oh.
That's how gross it is.
Okay.
And so you're taking that and then cleaning yourself after touching it. So you're actually making yourself dirtier from touching your phone.
Wow. That's disgusting.
Because your phone's been everywhere.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Okay.
Then the physical ones, they have a cellular consternation.
What does that mean?
Well, you can actually get hemorrhoids from sitting on the toilet for too long. Because you're in that position and the blood flow is going down there. You can give yourself fucking hemorrhoids. Or you can cut off your nerve endings. You're not cut them, but impinge on your nerve endings in your thighs.
I've had that
and
happen.
your legs go numb.
That was from a wrestling incident.
Then you can also you just drop your phone in the toilet, which just fucking ruins everybody's day.
Have you done that?
Tracy has. I haven't.
You've never done it.
Never done it. I'm not standing over holding my phone while I'm peeing. I only have my phone when I'm sitting, and I just put it on the counter when I'm done.
I'm trying to think how I've done it, but I've definitely done it.
Yeah.
Where I was, and it's the worst. You know what I've done even worse was
What?
I threw my phone, like I threw my BlackBerry or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the thin
Wow, this is
BlackBerry.
dating
Yeah,
you.
thin. I was a thin BlackBerry. I threw the thin BlackBerry
Yeah.
like onto the counter, and I hooked it into a glass of water. Like Eddie, I couldn't
Trick
do
shot.
this again if I had tried. And I just, the minute I heard bloop, I went,
Motherfuck.
not even mad.
This
I don't know how I pulled
is
that
the
off.
universe telling me not to get a BlackBerry.
It was 2008.
Time to upgrade.
It was 2008.
You could
These
have
were
got a
different
fucking
times.
droid.
These were different times.
Number 4, you zone out because you're just on your smartphone. So you're just like, you sitting there for 30 minutes longer than you need to be because you just zoom out. You just start doom scrolling or whatever you do.
Okay.
Number 5, digital dependence. You go on that phone frenzy of 46 Americans confessing they couldn't live without their devices. Concurrently, research published in Computers and Human Behavior reveals that excessive smartphone use is correlated with heightened levels of anxiety and stress. So you're stressing yourself out.
For sure. Because there's like,
When you should be relieving yourself, you're stressing yourself out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get a dopamine hit. You know what I mean? Or you're just waiting for the next bad thing to happen, which I think we can all relate to right now.
And then you're contaminating other things with hygiene because you're on your phone. And then you're also in the bathroom with medicine stuff. And it's this one research, the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine says 16% of fecal matter gets put onto your medicine from
That's disgusting.
touching your phone and then going and taking your
That's
medicine
disgusting.
because you're on the toilet.
This is why
And then
Howie
you touch your
Mandel
phone.
doesn't shake hands with anybody.
Yeah. So just don't just try to be off your phone.
Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Just poop and move on with your life.
Eddie, is it time?
It's that time.
We've learned so much today.
We're playing Florida Man Friday. I read Jen Sergio 3 Florida Man headlines, 2 real, 1 fake. She tells me which is the fake Florida Man headline. Mark will be playing along. Here we go. Florida man files lawsuit against Sonic claiming they stole his recipe for his world-famous swamp burger. Florida man tries to rob a Publix with a stapler. Florida man goes to restaurant, stands on chair, flips off customers, and tells the cops to go to Dunkin' Donuts. 2 of those happened. 1 did not. Mark thinks it's the first one is the fake one.
I think robbing Publix with a stapler.
Yeah. Man rubbed a Publix with a stapler.
Yes.
You think that's it?
I think it's the fake.
You're a winner. And again, Mark
What?
wins.
I think
Mark
he's
is on a
cheating.
roll.
I think he's cheating.
Mark might be from Florida.
I think this is cheating at this point. This feels like the refs and Taylor Swift. I feel like you guys are colluding. There's no way.
Dude. Oh, now he's doing this. He's flying like
Fly,
a bird.
Eagles, fly.
Oh, no.
It's better than the dab from last week. So there you go.
I'm really
Mark
off
is
my
on a roll.
game.
You're hurting this.
I don't know what to do.
2025 is not your Florida.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know either.
This has never happened.
You need to go
before.
home for a little bit.
To quote the men in my life, this has never happened before.
It's not you. It's me.
It's
It's not me, it's you.
Eddie, where can people find you?
At Eddie Pence on all the socials, or go to eddiepence.com. And please, on the wherever you get your podcast, leave a 5-star rating and a positive text review.
Yes. And like, subscribe, do all that stuff on the pods page for Eddie's page, actually.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because the full video links of these podcasts are on my video on my YouTube channel.
You get to see our dumb faces.
Yeah.
It's great.
How about that?
Guys, go to jensturger.com for all the things. It's got my comedy dates. There's going to be more added soon. So please keep up with us. If you aren't subscribed to our beacons, go ahead and send us. We want to take this show places. Eddie and I would love to come tour in your city.
That'd be fun.
So please sign up for our beacons if you haven't already.
Do it.
We would love to come and see you and meet you guys in person. It means so much when you come up to me after shows and tell me that you're loving the podcast, because this is just a fun excuse for us to hang out for an hour or two each week.
And if you're in Vegas tonight, I will be at the Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at the MGM Grand this Friday night and Saturday night and Sunday night. So come on out.
Go out and see Eddie, guys. Go out and see Eddie. But until next week, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on another week, if not today. Bye.